Welcome back to the Franco and Friends YouTube channel. My name is Mark. On this channel, we talk all about autism. We talk about biomedical treatments, we talk about sleep protocols, party training, and so much more. But in today's video, we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about one of the biggest issues that so many autistic children struggle with, and that is sleep. And then we're going to talk about how to get your child more of it. So stick around. All right, fam, welcome back to the channel. Like I said in the intro, in today's video, we're going to talk all about autism and sleep and how to get your autistic child more sleep. All right. Now, before we do that, I have two quick things that I want to discuss. Number one, I am not a doctor or a medical professional. Nothing I say should be taken as medical or professional advice. All I'm doing is sharing our journey with you so that you can make better informed decisions for your child. So make sure you do your own research. Okay. And then number two, on this channel, we have what I like to call the agreement, kind of just like the buddy system, right? And all that is if you watch my videos, you like them, you feel like you get value from them, all I ask is that you subscribe to the channel. That's it. So we're shaking on it. It's an agreement. You like the videos, you get value from them. All I ask is that you subscribe. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it is free. All right, thank you. Now let's dive right into the video and let's talk all about autism and sleep. Now, as you know, so many of our autistic children struggle with sleep. And that's a really difficult thing because when you're not getting enough sleep, it's literally impacting every single area of your entire life, from your physical health to your mental health. Now, imagine being an autistic child and already struggling with sensory regulation, and just trying to figure this whole world out. And then on top of that, you're not getting enough sleep. It's just going to be like a compounding effect, and it's going to make everything so much worse. So in this video, we're going to discuss some things to help your child get more sleep, because without proper sleep and rest, it's almost impossible for our children to thrive. So we really want to be working on getting them more sleep. Some of the things that I noticed personally when we started working on my son's sleep and he was getting more sleep was he was less aggressive, less tantrums, less meltdowns. He had more energy. He was happier. He was more focused. He had better sensory regulation. Like literally every aspect of his entire life changed once he started to sleep better. So let's talk about how to get your autistic child more sleep. In this video, right, I think I'm going to do probably like a 2 or 3 part series. And in this video specifically, I'm going to cover my son's sleep routine, okay? And when I say sleep routine, I mean the things that he does leading up to bedtime, right? Because there are a couple different routines that we could go by, right? So the first routine is the one that I'm talking about, which is a series of events that we do every single night that lead up to bedtime, so that when you do these series of events, the body and the brain knows, okay, when we do this, it's time for bed, and that's it, right? So that's one routine. And then you have another routine that is your circadian rhythm. So essentially what you would be doing is your child should be going to bed at around the same time, right? Obviously, it's going to vary a little bit, but you want it generally around the same time, and you want them waking up generally around the same time. Again, now it's going to vary a little bit, right? But we want to do the best that we can to keep that on a schedule, because what that's going to do is it's going to help to reset the circadian rhythm to a healthy rhythm. But that's not what we're talking about in this video. In this video, we're specifically talking about the series of events, the routine, the nightly routine that your child's going to do every night before bed, so that when you do these things, when you do these series of events, the body, the brain knows, okay, when we do these things, it's time for bed. All right. So let's dive right into what we do every single night for my autistic son to help set him up to get a better night's sleep. Okay, so the first thing that we do is we have an early dinner. Generally, it will be around 5 o'clock, right? Because when you have an early dinner, it sets the scene for the rest of the entire night. And this does a couple different things, okay? Number one, like I said, it sets the scene early so that you're getting dinner out of the way early and your child has time to digest their food before bedtime, because that's a big thing. And on top of that, many of our children like sweets after dinner, right? Maybe they're going to have dessert, maybe they have some candy, some chocolate, whatever it is. But you want to have that early. That's going to bring me right into step number 2, and that is no more stimulants. You don't want your child taking stimulants after a certain time. So by having dinner early and having them have their dessert early, whatever it is for them, their chocolate, their candy, their ice cream, whatever it is, right? Every child is different, but you want them to have that early as well, because the sugar in the candy and the chocolate, right? That's going to act as a stimulant, and that's going to make it much more difficult for your child to fall asleep, especially if your child is already struggling with sleep. Then we absolutely don't want any more stimulants after a certain time. And remember, this is not just like caffeine. This is, like I said, it could be candy, it could be chocolate, it could be certain juices that your child is having that are really high in sugar. So you really want to watch everything that they're putting in their body after a certain time. Okay, and then for my son at around, I would say about 7 o'clock, The third step to this is he takes a bath every single night, and it's around 7 o'clock every single night. And what that does is it does a couple different things. Number one is it just really helps to relax the body. Taking a hot bath just kind of helps you to relax and, slow down, calm your mind down, and just sit in the bath and just relax. And if you really want to take the bath to the next level, what you can do is you can add some Epsom salt to the bath along with whatever essential oils that you like, whatever works for your child, right? Maybe something like lavender or, something like that, whatever works for your child, because that's also going to help with detoxification as well as help to calm them down, slow their mind down, and help them to relax and get ready for bedtime. And then what we do is when my son is sitting in the bath with the Epsom salt, the essential oils, we'll go downstairs and I'll prepare his nightly supplement stack. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep into the exact supplements that he takes. I'll do that in another video where I'll break down the exact supplements that he takes every night. But what we do is, while he's sitting in the bath, we'll go downstairs and we'll prepare his supplements. He takes, I want to say, about 4 different supplements right now. They're all in liquid form. So we'll go downstairs, we mix it all together, and while he's sitting in the bathtub, I will bring the cup up to him and he'll drink it while he's in the bath, so that by the time he gets out of the bath, those supplements are starting to kick in and he's starting to relax, right? And one thing to note, right, you obviously do not want to make sure, if you're going to do this, do not give your child a glass cup, especially when they're in the bath, right? Because the last thing that you want is to give your child a glass cup, have them, pick it up and drop it. And then you know what's going to happen from there. So make sure if you go this route, you do not use a glass cup, okay? Make sure you do not use a glass cup. That would be very, very dangerous if they drop it in the bathtub. And then the next step is while he's in the bath, he's drinking his supplements, taking in the environment, starting to get relaxed, we'll go in his room and we'll set the scene for him. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll dim the lights, we'll put on some calming music, and we'll also, again, use essential oils. We'll diffuse them through the air. You can use lavender, you can use vetiver, there's a bunch of different blends out there. You can look into that. But that's what we'll do, so that right when he gets out of the bathtub, he's already starting to calm down because of the hot bath. The supplements are starting to kick in, and then he's going right into his bedroom. That's a nice, peaceful, tranquil environment that's calming and just going to start to really slow his mind down and get him to relax, take him down another level. And then a couple final things that we do while he is in his room. Now, if he's not completely ready for bed at this point, what we'll do is in his bedroom, he has a sensory swing. So he'll go right into a sensory swing. And generally speaking, what I'll do is I'll just push him for 10, 15 minutes. Or sometimes he'll want to just sit there on his own, sit on his phone, which, I kind of don't really recommend having screen time before bedtime. That's not the greatest thing, but it's kind of a habit that we've developed. So at this point, it's really not impacting his sleep. So, but again, I would not recommend, using screen time after a certain time. But while he sits in the swing, if he's not ready for bed, he'll just kind of, do his thing on his phone, hang out, listen to music, and just take it down another level so that at this point, he's really starting to relax. He'll either literally fall asleep in the swing or he'll just get up and he'll go right into bed. And at this point, he is absolutely ready to sleep. And a couple final things that we do is in his bed, we use a weighted blanket as well. That really helps with his sensory issues. But again, every child is very different. So what works for one child may not work for another. So I'm not suggesting that you take this exact same routine and you try to implement it with your child. What I'm saying is that use these ideas and curate your own routine for your child that's going to work for your child, because all of our children are vastly different. So what works for one may not work for another. So you kind of can play with this a little bit, play with the timing, play with the order of things, whatever's going to work for your family. So I hope these things help you to help your autistic child get more sleep, because we all know how important sleep are. Think about it. When you don't get sleep, how do you feel? Not too good, right? You're not in a great mood. You're not focused. You just don't feel good. Generally, you're just off, right? A lot of times somebody will say, hey, what's going on? And you'll just say, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just off. But a lot of the times it's because we didn't get good sleep, right? Sleep literally impacts every area of our life. So especially for our autistic children, them not getting enough sleep is going to significantly impact their life. So we really want to be working on improving their sleep quality, improving the times that they go to bed, resetting their circadian rhythm, and doing all those things to really start to improve their quality of life. Because by doing these things, them getting better sleep, eating healthier, and just living an overall healthier lifestyle is going to contribute to them being happier, healthier, and just having a much better overall quality of life. So if all of this sounds overwhelming to you, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, then I invite you to come check out the Franco and Friends Autism Academy. We have everything that you need to feel confident supporting your autistic child. We have everything from biomedical treatments to IEP meeting prep to sleep protocols, constipation protocols, potty training programs. We literally have everything that you need to support your autistic child. Now, nothing in the community is meant to be taken as medical or professional advice. We're a community of people rising up together, sharing knowledge and information that's so we can all grow together and help our children thrive and not just survive. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, click the link below this video and check out the Franco and Friends Autism Academy risk-free. The only thing that you have to lose is progress. All right. Thank you. And I will see you on the other side. Take care.